If you watch my show, you know that I love pranks. I like scaring people, and I like making celebrities wear an earpiece, and I tell them to say things, and they can only do whatever I tell them to do. I love hiding Andy's phone and watching him have a panic attack. And anyway, I know a great prank when I see one, and recently I saw this tweet. These two friends made a huge poster themselves, hung it up at a McDonald's, and it stayed up there in the restaurant for 2 months. McDonald's had no idea until their tweet went viral. And I saw that, and I was like, that's a good prank. Bring them to me. So please welcome Jev and Christian. First of all, congratulations that you got away with this.
It's such an honor.
This is crazy.
It is crazy. So how did you come up with this idea?
Well, Christian and I, we actually go to that McDonald's pretty often, and we sit in front of the wall where the picture's at, and we sit there pretty often. We look up, and it's this blank wall.
Yeah, so it's kind of like inviting us to put something.
Yeah.
We
We looked around and we saw these other posters on there, and we saw that there's different ethnicities, and we saw that there are all these people having fun. So we decided to like represent ourselves as Asians to be up there as well.
So we decided to put it ourselves, and he always like plays.
I play tricks with my friends a lot, so this is crazy.
Yeah, he always gets crazy ideas like that. So
you had to make the whole thing. You had to have it made.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and let's talk about how you went about doing this. All right, so you took pictures.
Yeah, we went to our neighborhood event center. We bought our own McDonald's food to take the picture from, and we wanted to make sure that it was like a stock
It looked
image.
legit.
Yeah, and so we set up a tripod in front of our event center, neighborhood event center, and then we walked 10 feet away. We take pictures, and then we look back and we see if it was good, and we just kept doing it.
This cost you some money.
Yeah.
All right, so then you're putting it in, and you had to make it look like other posters, right?
That's correct.
Right,
yes.
and then you had to. How did you put it up? You had to put fake like McDonald's uniforms on.
So that's pretty funny, Ellen. I went to a neighborhood or a Goodwill nearby with my friend, and he suggested I should go get a uniform so I could dress like the part. And I went back home, we edited a fake badge, I throw in a tie.
Well, wait, they just have McDonald's uniforms for sale anywhere?
Yeah, in Goodwill, it was weird. It was the first location we went to, and it was legit the right size for me, too. So it was, like, meant to be.
It sure was.
Yeah. Just calling him.
It was it was legit calling me. And we went back to my house. We made a fake badge.
Regional Interior Coordinator?
Yeah, I made that up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that a position?
I hope.
Should be now.
It should be.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty
Maybe
real.
you already have a badge. Maybe that's what you could be there. Okay, so then let's show it going up, because you had to sneak this up. And so the restaurant's open, obviously. You walk in there with this giant poster. Nobody's asking any questions.
Nope.
All right. So, and then you were careful because you put a certain kind of double stick on it so you wouldn't damage the wall.
Yeah, we put adhesives in the back because if it was to get caught, then we didn't want to make any trouble and have them take it down if they wanted to and make no damage to walls whatsoever.
Right, because then that would have been vandalism.
Yeah, I don't want to be accused for something
No,
like that.
so all you did was put a poster up, and it was up. You must have been so nervous.
Yeah, we were
Not
really
as nervous as we are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were lucky because there's security cameras that are facing different directions, but that wall in particular, there's no security cameras facing that.
Conveniently, like no one cared about that wall anyway.
Yeah.
There were no security cameras like protecting it.
And it needed something. It was an empty wall.
Empty wall. So
Yeah. So, and now, do you still go back to that McDonald's, and did people recognize you, like your models or something?
When I first went there, I went with my mom, and I was scared that the employee would notice me, so I told my mom to go run over there and order for me while I hide in the corner or something in a booth.
Your mother knew you did this?
Yeah, she did. She was not for it at first.
Right.
But then whenever I told her about it, and then when the poster came, I didn't tell her I bought it and shipped it over. But when it came to my house and she saw it in person, she couldn't help but laugh with my dad.
First of all, I can't believe no one noticed that, and it stayed up for 2 months.
Yeah.
And then, have you heard from McDonald's?
Yes, actually, me and my friends, we visited that McDonald's location, and we decided to eat. And then they called us. It was about a week ago. And they talked about, as soon as they called, it was Chris Stanley. He works for corporate. He called me, and as soon as he answered, I asked him if I was gonna get in trouble, because I didn't know if I was or not, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't, and he said that I wasn't, so that's all that matters.
And when he told me, I was like, because there was an event, right?
Yeah, there was an event that was planned, and he invited both of us to go over to the event at the location.
That restaurant, yeah. And when he told me, I was like, maybe this is a trap, and maybe
Yeah.
cops
Yeah,
would be
there's
there,
gonna be
with
handcuffs.
Yeah.
and all
And
of-
then, but no, like the event was actually a great thing that happened. They invited us to go over there, they're gonna actually take down the poster, but they're gonna renovate their whole restaurant.
Like the renovation was planned like months before the poster.
Right.
was
Before
there.
this whole idea came up
To show
us.
more diversity, which is this is what you brought to their attention.
Yeah, and Crazy
That's-
Rich Asians was a really big influence on me. It really
Right.
pushed me over because I watched the movie 3 times.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So
Yeah.
we wanted to be like crazy middle class.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, that's the next movie, Crazy Middle Class Asians. That's
We're the
great.
stars.
Or maybe lower middle class. I don't know.
All right, I have a couple of surprises for you. So first of all, here's our billboard outside. This is me, and then we did this. So
We're loving it too.
yeah. So second, I want you to try to sneak this into another McDonald's. This is some fan art. A viewer named Tom sent this to me over the summer, and I shouldn't keep this for myself. This should go somewhere else. So you're going to sneak that into a McDonald's, all right? And finally, McDonald's loves customers like you, and they're committed to diversity and want to represent all their customers. So they're going to use the two of you in a marketing campaign. And since you know,
Are you sure?
yeah.
Can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Not only that, but since you're in a campaign, they need to pay you, right? So you're each getting a check for $25,000.